first moved to Fountain Valley, I thought life would change because we'd own a home. And so we bought our house, and things went a little awry. I was looking for the next big buck in my life, somewhere I could support my family. I went to San Diego on an Amway conference, and that Sunday conference was more like church, and there was an altar call and a rededication. I rededicated my life.
So at the same time that was happening, my sister was in town and her car decided not to work, and she wanted to go to my church, which I did not have a home church at that time. And so she said, well, what about that church down the street from you that you were sending your kids to? Don't you want to know what they're learning? So I said, oh, I guess so. So over we went to the Miller's house into the upper room for their church service. And so there was just the three of us, my sister and myself and this other lady. And she said, does anybody need prayer here? And I said, well, that came out of my mouth and I didn't want it to, but it just did, that I wanted to know Jesus more, I wanted to know the Bible more, who God is, you know. But she prayed for me. I'm not sure exactly what she said, but after that moment I felt a huge burden off my shoulders. And I was excited to see him come home from his event. That night when he came home and came up the driveway, I saw that he was the man that I married. Everything had just, you know, dropped off. I didn't have any more worries or cares at that moment. I just had a change of attitude, I guess, that there is somebody, you know, I didn't have to depend on Brian for his love or my kids or my mom. Jesus is first. And so that's when prayer was noticeably in my life. And I can see now how God's hand has been in my life this whole time.
I opened up to worship again, I opened up to prayer again, and it just, you know, it made a difference in my life. That was back when we did overheads, and I took over the overheads and all the worship and stuff. So, you know, worship for us is like, you know, it's part of prayer.
But my main thing now is ministry to my parents. And even with my parents, sometimes it's hard to pray. Like when I was watching my dad overnight, and he'd be having fits of sorts and not sleeping, I would pray. And it wouldn't happen. I mean, he wouldn't calm down. And so then even praying for things that are happening right at the moment, but even praying in tongues over all that, because I said, I know I don't know what else to say, so I'll just pray in tongues. So and I know that prayer is the direct line to God. I mean, I can talk to God. My younger years, it was, you know, you don't talk to God, he's not your friend. I didn't think I could just pray to him. My prayers were just, I guess, like hopeful that something would happen. But now that I am having a relationship with God and Jesus, then I know, and the Holy Spirit, then prayer is just talking to them, asking them for their requests. And if I'm feeling lonely or depressed, I can ask them for help.
Hi, we're Mr. and Mrs. B.
And this is our story.